You Scuti.
You Scuti recently. Young Thug has been in the news a lot.
He has been.
In the
He
news
has
a
been.
lot. Some revolved around the album and the cover art, some not. A lot of it has been revolved around his other drama, jail calls, releasing a whole bunch of stuff that has nothing to do with music.
Yeah.
But then Young Thug decided to put out the cover art for this album. So before we get
Mm.
to the album, let's talk about the cover art.
What were your thoughts? Because I didn't even, bro. I feel like I saw it late, bro. What did you think we saw it?
When I first saw it, I was just like, I, what are we doing? So for those who do not know, Young Thug's cover art is him. Uh, it looks like somebody photoshopped him to be light, to
Yeah.
basically be white,
Yeah.
for his cover art. So he's white. They also gave him blue eyes to accompany the light skin, for this album cover. Young Thug has had a lot of shock value album covers.
Yep.
One where he is naked with a guitar, one where he has a full length gown on.
Yep.
Yes. So this is no, he always does, I would say, shock value covers. I think he's kind of known for it at this point.
Mm.
Um, my thoughts were just like, all right, clout chasing. You know what I mean? All right, this is what we doing. All right, shock value stuff. I didn't necessarily get offended. I know I saw some people actually get offended by it, which to me is,
Come on now, bro.
I
Stop
guess,
it.
you know what I
Stop
mean? So
it.
on the album, just from the album cover art, I just was like,
Yeah.
okay, he trolling. But what did you think?
Troll. Like he's a troll. I think I actually think it's a desperation move, actually. I think
Because
it's
nobody
actually a
was talking about
desperation
the
move
album.
because nobody, I feel like, yeah, nobody was really talking about or as excited as maybe what he would have liked. And I think he's reverting back to that, like, you know what I mean? That viral catching type of thing. Because like for that reason, like we were talking, especially after the phone call releases and all that, you know what I mean? Because that kind of came out around the same time he did that big interview that people were clicking up and but it was like a whole week and a half of content people were eating off of, you know what I'm saying, based on that video alone. So I think with this album he was just like, yo, I just want to change the narrative, place me at the center and this project at the center. Unfortunately the cover's stupid, like let's just say it, like the cover's
Oh, it's
stupid,
stupid.
bro.
And
But
it's especially stupid when I heard him try to explain the cover. I was like, "Well, yeah, they say you gotta go white to make it to the top." I was like, "That's what
come
you
on, bro.
got?"
Like come on, bro.
I thought he was
I
gonna at
saw
least
that.
have some type of. I don't know why I thought that, but I don't know why I thought there was gonna be at least some type of deeper implication for why you did it. But
Yo, like I thought we were past the like the dresses, skirts, all that. Like, you know what I mean? Let artists express themselves as they want. I just don't have to like it. That's my thing. And I didn't like this. Nah, I thought it was stupid. And I think when we get into the music, I was validated in my thoughts going into this project.
I,
So yeah.
absolutely, and he also went on to then post pictures of all of his friends and with white versions of his friends, white images of his friends, of Future, of Lil Baby, and of everybody else. All right, so that's where we started. Okay, so
Yeah.
this gets me to the point where I'm already now not looking forward to the project because I think it's gonna be some goofy stuff. And track one starts off fire. It starts off fire. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Mm-hmm.
When I was riding to it at first, I was like, okay, this all right. All right, this kind of
Yeah.
hard. He
Mm-hmm.
then proceeds to drop the hard ERs at the very end of the song. No rhyme or reason. Just
None.
I'm just gonna drop the N word with the hard R's on it. That's just where I'm at. What did you think about that?
You know, I
It's
thought
your
it was
boy, by the way. You know, all these type of artists, this is your boy. You know what I mean?
this is not my boy. The white man on that cover is not my boy. All right. The white man that made this music is not my boy. I don't know what this was, bro. Like, like again, yo. It's clearly a desperation move for attention, bro. Like it's stupid. Like I'm calling my ops the hard ER. Like, what are we doing,
That's
bro?
exactly what he said. I'm calling my ops the hard ER.
Like, what are we doing? Like, and again, bro, like we know Young Thug's music enough to know I'm not expecting him to like blow me out of the water lyrically, but I'm not expecting him to say this. Like, there was no rhyme or reason to do this, bro, other than shock value.
It was pure shock value, and to me, it wasn't even like yeah, it came off very corny and desperate.
It's
You know what I mean?
corny and it's not
Corny.
even funny.
And
Like,
I heard in the interview, and I think this is another discussion we got to have. In the interview that Young Thug did about this album, the same interview where he tried to explain this cover, I heard him refer to himself as a YN. Young Thug is like 35 years old.
Bro.
Yo, I don't know what type of arrested development is going on, but bro, you are not young. Let me just you you're not young enough to be behaving like this. Let's just put this out here. Like 35 is not old. I'm in my early 30s. I'm 31. 35 ain't old, but it ain't young enough for this foolery. You know what I'm
Come
saying?
on, bro.
You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's not. We gotta stop this.
We
Bro,
gotta
you
stop this. Yeah.
gotta stop this. So all right, so let's start off. So we're starting off with a lot of negativity, and I have some more to add on. All right,
I'm
so
not done.
I will proceed with more negativity. The first half of this album is trash. I want to put it out there. In my opinion, the first half of this album is garbage. All right.
Oh, I couldn't
There's
agree
a couple
more.
songs that are okay in the first half. Like
Yeah.
on the news with Cardi B is cool. Um, the second half of Whoop De Doo is cool. The first half of it, I
Yeah,
think,
the
is
second
also
half
trash.
is actually pretty good.
He should have just used the second half of Whoop De Doo. The first
I don't
half, I
know.
was just like, I
Yeah.
don't know what we're doing here. But when it switched, I was like, oh, this is hard. Like he should have
Yeah.
just used the second half, made
Mm.
that a full song. So the second half of Whoop De Doo, I thought was hard. Um, but yeah, the rest of the first half, I'm just gonna be honest. I didn't enjoy the first half. What about you? Did you enjoy anything on the first half of this?
I enjoy Yuck because I'm a Ken Carson guy. Like I rock with Ken Carson as like a hip hop rock star,
Okay.
kind of like, you know what I mean? So I rocked with Yuck. Catch Me Falling, I actually
I
liked.
wasn't that mad at Catch Me Falling.
Yeah, I actually liked it, bro. Because I felt like he was actually trying to rap. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to give us something. Other than that, bruh, nah, I think the first half is absolute buns. And actually, I'll tell you the most surprising part about this whole thing. What is T.I. talking about? Did anybody catch that, bro? This man was talking about what, a donkey for like the last 45 seconds of this record. I thought there was gonna be some payoff by the end of this. I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? So nah, I will say though, like the first half is trash. The second half is better, although still trash.
The second
But
half
I
gives me something to hold. It got some. Now the lyrics are trash across the board. Let me
yeah,
just.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you're coming here looking for lyrics, you've come to the wrong place. So it's not
Wrong
if you
place.
want lyricism and bars, you're not gonna find any of it on this project. So don't
Not
even.
here. Not
But
here.
there are some hard songs on here that are like Ride Around in the Car too,
Yeah.
harmonies, good production. There's a
Mhm.
couple of here that I agree. Pipe Down with Travis Scott to me was fire.
Fire.
Really like that song. What Up Jesus? YFN Lucci. I know that was a big deal.
Hmm.
I like that song. I don't think it was
Yeah.
amazing, but I like it. You know what I mean? And I know it was a big deal of them two collaborating after all of their
Yeah.
drama in the past. I thought What Up Jesus was cool, featuring
Mhm.
YFN Lucci. I also Walk Down with 21 Savage. I
I
wasn't mad.
like that a lot. Those are my two
Yeah.
favorite songs, Pipe Down, Walk Down.
Yeah, I thought that was hard. And then I would say that Miss My Dog, we reviewed that on this show. I
Yeah.
like that one as well. I think that was,
Great fit for the album too.
yeah, and for the outro, it's a perfect outro as well. And then my favorite song on here actually is the joint he has with Mariah the Scientist.
Okay. All
That
right.
is probably one of my favorite one. The dreams rarely do come true. I thought it was a dope song.
Mhm.
But other than that, that's all I got that I like.
Yeah, man. And there's how many records? 21 records. It's an hour and 20 minutes. This is way too long. It's just way too long for what we getting. And I think Miss My Dogs I still like. I think like it would resonate more if he didn't lightly talk about the situation throughout the album, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
I think Miss My Dog is such a like a stamp on the album
I think he should
in
have
the
probably
best way.
started. He probably should have started with that. Maybe.
It could have been the intro. It could have definitely been the intro.
I
But
mean, it
I
would have
think
been better than that intro he gave.
yeah, yeah, anything would. Yeah, man. But otherwise, bro, like this album is I think this is a shock value album. That's what I'm calling this. I'm packaging it as a shock value album for my sanity. One, two, it's just not really thought out or really curated well, in my opinion, either. I felt like this was a collection of songs that he rushed out rather than curate something properly, like let's say a Gunna maybe did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And is it unfair to compare the two? Slightly, but
No.
They were under the same label. They endured a similar situation. And I just felt like an artist is taking the craft more seriously. I want to see more from Thug at this point. I shouldn't be optimistic given what we just heard, but like I want to see more just to see like if he does take some form of a evolution. You know what
I agree. I agree. I would also say, man, you could skip this.
I
Like,
mean?
if listeners, like, if you haven't listened to this yet, like, you don't have to. I think I'm perfect. Like, I don't feel like I missed. I feel like this is an hour and 14 minutes I never get back in my life. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. I think you can skip this project and be okay.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
could do that. I skipped a lot. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I've skipped a lot of Thug projects. Like the what was the one of him?
I'm not a Thug album person. You listen to you probably Young Thug more than I do. I'm a Young
Yeah,
Thug single type of person. Like there's a handful of Young Thug songs I really like, but I
yeah,
don't listen to Young Thug albums.
bro. I could argue he got. Never mind. I was about to say something foolish. I was about to say he got like two classics. Actually, I could make the argument he got two classic albums.
Mm. I,
I don't
I,
think this is the time today, but you know what I mean? I'll listen to a Thug project if it is, in fact, executive produced well. I don't think that's the case here. So if you do skip it, skip this, skip Punk, his album Punk. You know what I mean? That I'll put them in that box. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm a singles guy. So yeah, Young Thug got a song right. Like one of my favorite Young Thug songs is "Digits." I've been playing it a
It
lot.
just
It's
hard,
just
bro.
a hard song. So like Young Thug it on. I look at Young Thug the same way I look at Future, except
Mm-hmm.
I think Future's better at it. But I think that they
Mm-hmm.
both are like they don't focus on lyrics. They
Mm-hmm.
don't really have any substance. But they are great at melodies. They're great
Yeah.
at picking the right production. The way they float over beats is just like amazing. Like if they had substance and good lyrics, they would be the best artists in the world.
Yeah, honestly, because they have that musicality. Like certain artists just know how to rap. Other
Yeah.
people just know how to make music. And Future
Yeah.
and Thug fit that box.
If they
Yeah.
knew how to really rap
Or care to try,
or
maybe.
attempted to try,
You know what I
you know,
mean? Yeah.
it would they would be problems. Like I think they would be, yeah, they'd be looked at completely differently.
Yeah.
Rap and Reason podcast with Dr. Jeremy C. McCool and Earl Hopkins.